Hello, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com. This is your Driving in Wyoming podcast, and today we're going to be in the 2014 Toyota Tundra Limited. The 2014 Tundra has a significant upgrade from the 2013 model year, but it still misses on key points that will probably keep the Tundra behind the competition in sales. The good news is that many of the great selling points of the 2013 are kept for the 2014. The two greatest complaints that any pickup truck buyer will have about the Tundra is its low fuel economy and harsh highway ride compared to nearly every other full-size truck on the market. The only other truck that has not seen upgrades of that type is the Nissan Titan, and the Titan is up for redesign in the next year or two, whereas the Toyota just made that major redesign and did not address those points. What it does keep, though, is the 2014 Toyota Tundra still has that roomy crew cab option, one of the biggest on the market. It still has that sliding back window. It's more than capable off-road thanks to the TRD package, and it's just overall a great pickup truck for what it's good at. In our week-long test drive of the Tundra Limited TRD, we put in a lot of miles. We saw, in fact, that week there was a lot of moisture here, and so we had some mild flooding, followed by some dry days, which was great because it gave us a chance to take this off-road and really slog it around. On the outside, the major changes that you'll notice to the 2014 Tundra are all things to make it more in line with what pickup truck buyers want. It just has overall a bigger, beefier appearance. Chrome grille is now normal across the board, no matter what trim level of Tundra you buy. That is a big improvement. The hood is a little bit higher. The edges are more square rather than rounded, giving it a more muscular appeal. And on the back of it, on the back of the truck, you'll notice that the painted-on Tundra is gone and is instead stamped in, which is on par with what everybody else in the market is doing now. It is a much more macho look for the Toyota Tundra, which will make it appeal more to pickup truck buyers, I believe. Also, of big note is the Toyota has gone to three-piece bumpers as standard. That's a big deal if you own a pickup truck and you use it. The first thing to go is always the bumper. Overall, the 2014 Toyota Tundra has a very solid and powerful look, and it's on par in terms of styling with the competition. Inside, changes are just as drastic. Some of them are nice, some of them really shouldn't have been monkeyed with. Sitting in the driver's seat, the first thing you'll notice is that the gauge cluster is not nearly as deep, but it's been replaced with a more readable instrument set because they're a slightly lighter shade with a darker background. This means glare is an issue because it's closer and does not have as much sunblock to it, but it's still easier to read, so it's a good improvement there. Another great improvement is that the center stack has been pulled forward about 2 inches. That makes reaching the stereo and the touchscreen and things a lot easier. Big improvement there because you really had to reach or have some serious orangutan arms to reach it in the 2013 model. That's a good thing. The bad thing is Toyota has still not upgraded their infotainment system. It is still very clunky. In between the seats is that center storage bin in the bucket seat option. That is still huge. You can still install an entire server rack plus a small family and maybe some horse tack in there. It's gigantic. Toyota did not get rid of that, and that's a good thing. That is the number one cubby in this vehicle, and it's great that they kept it. Several other cubbies are still there. Most of the ergonomics are still there. Also, people will notice that Toyota, the Tundra has gone to the round, very, very movable vents. These are awesome because they can literally move 360 degrees or be closed and opened at will, and it's a very great little system. It's appearing throughout the Toyota lineup. The rear seats saw a big change, though, and it was not a change for the better. Toyota got rid of the slide and recline. They were the only ones on the market that had that in the rear, and they got rid of it and instead have some sort of under-seat storage thingy, and it's really not a replacement. The slide and recline was a big selling point for the Tundra in terms of comfort level, and it's gone now. But they did keep that sliding back glass, which is also a great selling point for anybody who uses this truck. Under the hood, very little has changed in the 2014 Toyota Tundra over the 2013. It still has that entry-level V6. It still has the 4.6-liter V8 for those who don't want the bigger, beefier 5.7-liter. They did not change much here. The chassis is pretty much the same, so that means the highway ride is still horrible. Fuel economy is still very, very atrocious. 13 miles in the city, 18 miles on the highway. No improvement at all, and it really did need some improvement. Although, it should be noted that the 5.7-liter V8 that's in the Toyota Tundra has a great reputation for strength and durability, and that is kept. It's still a big, beefy, and capable and very sure of itself engine, but it's a gas guzzler. So, because the chassis did not change, it is still rough on the road. It maneuvers like a big truck in the parking lot. It feels sturdy, it drives well, but it gives no quarter when it comes to softening the blows of the road. That's a real knocking point because most of the competition has become much more comfortable. What we should note, though, is that off-road, nothing has changed. The TRD package is still one of the best you can get. It is still highly, highly capable, does everything you could want. The only fault that we had with this truck was that the door handles on the outside tend to stick a little when you cover them with mud. Slapping with your hand, that goes away, but still, one thing to note. Compared to the competition, though, the Tundra has not improved. The Ram, the Ford F-150, and the Silverado and other GMs, they have all gone to better fuel efficiency. They have all gone to a better highway ride. They're all moving in that direction and have been for the last few years. And the Tundra did not. The only one that has not, the only other full-size truck on the market that has not made that change is the Nissan Titan, and the Titan is up for a redesign sometime in the next year or so. So that's a big issue because you're seeing these other trucks move towards more efficiency and better drive, and you're not seeing that in Toyota despite this major upgrade. So putting it all together, the 2014 Toyota Tundra Limited has undergone a big redesign for the new model year. Overall improvements versus what was removed are basically a wash. It's kind of evens out. The items that most needed improving to remain competitive were ignored except for the exterior styling, which was very, very well done here. The new look it has gives it a bolder and a more powerful appeal. It fits with the full-size truck market, but bad fuel economy and horrible road ride are still a big problem here. So in short, the 2014 Tundra is no better or worse than 2013, and it may find itself can lose market share because the others have improved so much. So for the Driving in Wyoming podcast, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com. We'll talk to you again soon.